Hello students. In previous section we have learned some special type of integrals, that is integrals of the form 1 by a square plus x square, 1 by a square minus x square, 1 by x square minus a square, and integrals of the form 1 by under root x square minus a square, 1 by under root x square plus a square, and 1 by under root a square minus x square. And the results are also so easy. I hope that you have done it. Now today we will see further, that is the next type of integrals which are also easy. If you remember the formats of the functions, then you can distinguish the functions, and if you can distinguish the functions, then it becomes easy to apply the results. So first try to distinguish the nature of the function, which type of function is there, then which necessary steps are required to reduce it to the integrable form. Okay, so first try to identify the nature or types of the functions. Now here you can see there are two types of functions. The function is a quadratic function. It is of the type ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, but here it is not factorable. It is not factorable. And here the same type, but it is in root form. Now, if such type of functions occurs, then how we can reduce it to the integrable form? So see what we have to do. To evaluate the integrals of the form 1 by ax square plus bx plus c, obviously it is not factorable. Okay, so how we can factorize it? So for that purpose here we have to do what? First of all, we have to take this a, which is a multiple of x square, take outside it. Okay, remove it from here. That is, in another way we can say that this x square have multiple only a unity. Okay, so it is free from any type of scalar. That is, it is only x square should be there. X square, now taking a common, so we cannot take only from here, we have to take throughout it. And how throughout it we take? Means we have to divide throughout by a. So here a inside the bracket, a by a get cancelled, 1 is there, b by a and plus c by a. If we take any term common from the numerator, then we have to adjust it at the denominator, and if we take it from the denominator common, then we have to adjust it at the numerator. Okay, now a should be greater than 0 because here we are dividing it by to the terms, therefore it is should be free from 0. Okay, and here if the term is of this type, then we can take a common, and if the function is in root, then we have to take root a out of the integral sign. Okay, very easy. You are very scholar students, you will get that very easily. I hope that. Now this remaining bracketed terms, what about them? So here the first two terms which contains x, okay, x square plus b by a x. Now this term is can be reduced to a complete square or perfect square form by adding a third term. Now how we can add this term here? Okay, if we add it, then we have to subtract it also. So how we can add it? How we can derive that term, third term, or obtain that term? So there is one formula. Which is that formula? Third term, you know that one. You already know this formula. I am only revising it. Third term is equal to half into coefficient of this x, okay, bracket square, isn't it? Half, which is a constant, into coefficient of x, whatever it is, it may be plus, it may be minus, it may be in rational form or integral form, integer form, isn't it? Therefore half into coefficient of x, bracket square. Then obtaining by using in this way, here substituting again in this bracket, first add and then subtract, okay, because in a perfect square the first term and the last term is always positive. Therefore add here and then subtract. Then it is given there b by a x minus x square is expressed by the method of completing square by adding and subtracting. You can read this information, it is given in book also. Now if we do this one, then we get the terms in this way. Now using the standard integral formulae, and for this one let us consider one example to understand the above integral. 1 by 4x square minus 20x plus 70. Sometimes in theory you do not get anything, but you see the theme theory with the help of example, then you will get understood it very easily and within a few time, that is within few minutes, okay, short time interval. So here x square has a coefficient 4. So as I have told you, we have to take it outside. Means what? When we take it as a multiple, then we have to divide the remaining terms here by 4. So 4 by 4, 1, 20 by 5, sorry, 20 by 4, 5, it is minus, and 17 by 4. Now it is not in factorable form, this minus 5. Okay, so what we have to do? We have to add and subtract the third term. Now how we can add? There is one formula. Third term is equal to half into coefficient of x. So half coefficient of x is minus 5, bracket square. So squaring it, minus 5 has square plus 25 and upon 2 has square 4. From the equation we get I is equal to integration of 1 by, here this 4 as it is, x square and minus 5x as it is. Now first add this term. Here the first the our original terms are written as it is, and the adjusted terms are added after, minus 25 by 4 plus 25 by 4. As I have told you, in a perfect square expansion, first term and last term are always positive. Therefore we take here this my plus 25 by 4 and minus 25 by 4 is taken here. Now x square minus 5x plus 25 by 4. This is a complete square of. How we can obtain this complete square? Take the square root of first term, that is x. Take the sign of middle term, which is minus, and take the square root of third term, 5 by 2. Okay? You may have confusion with this sign. Don't confuse, it is too easy. If it is middle term, negative, take negative sign. If the middle term is positive, take positive sign. No issue is there, okay? No confusion will be there if you go in this way. Now luckily here denominator is same, 4. So what we have? 17 minus 25. So 17 minus 25 is equal to minus 8 by 4. This 4 is taken here, 1 by 4 as a multiple. Again here 1 by 4, integration of 1 by x minus 5 by 2. This is the complete square, no? It's square. If we expand this bracket, then we will have these three terms. So x minus 5 by 2 bracket square minus 2. Where it is obtained from what? 4 2s are 8. 4 2s are 8. This is 2 here. But we have to write these 2 in square form. So how we can write it? So for these 2 we write square root 2 and square of root 2. Sorry, his 2 is not printed there, but take in account this one. Square of this root 2. Now, can you tell me which form is this one? Can you guess it? This is one of the standard form. And which is that? 1 by x square minus a square. Isn't it? 1 by x square minus a square. And it is free from square root, no? So see, there is result. 1 by x square minus a square dx is equal to 1 by 2a log of, if here negative sign for this a, x is positive, x minus a upon x plus a plus c. Now what is your a? Root 2 here, and x is equal to x minus 5 by 2, isn't it? Therefore I is equal to 1 by 4 as it is into 1 by 2a, 2a log x minus 5 by 2 minus a, that is minus root 2, again same x minus 5 by 2 plus a, that is plus root 2 plus c, that is I is equal to, simplifying this one, 4 into 2 8 root 2 log, simplifying this one, multiply to both the sides by 2, 2x minus 5 minus 2 root 2 upon common denominator 2 upon 2x minus 5 plus 2 root 2 upon again common denominator 2 plus c. Therefore I is equal to, we have 2 get cancelled, 2x minus 5 minus 2 root 2, 2x minus 5 plus 2 root 2 plus c. This is our required answer. Okay, now so this take in account too easy. What is our first step? Take a review again. Take a review again. Taking 4 as a common term outside the bracket. Okay, if we take it as a multiple, then we have to divide to the remaining terms throughout. Therefore we have in these terms in this way. Now to obtain the third term, formula, third term is equal to half into coefficient of x bracket square, coefficient of x is minus 5, then we will have 25 by 4, adding and subtracting. Then third term is always positive in perfect square, therefore plus 25 by 4 taking here, and here minus 25 by 4. Then to obtain a perfect square in abbreviated form, that is either a minus b bracket square or a plus b bracket square, we have to take square root of first term, consider the sign of middle term, and take the square root of last term. And taking these numerical calculations, we have the required. Now come to the next example. Here the second example chosen as the x square has a negative coefficient. See this very clearly, it is not positive. But we are going to take only 25, that is coefficient, as a common term outside the bracket. So as usual, divide the remaining terms by 25. So 25 in bracket 3 by 25 minus 10 by 25, and here 25 get cancelled, and we have only x square. Now x square is free from any coefficient. Now 3 by 25 as it is, but we have to reduce this x square to with a positive sign. So how we make it positive? So both the terms have negative sign. Take it common and put a bracket. If we put a bracket, then these bracketed terms have opposite sign to this sign, that their signs get changed. Minus become plus, minus become plus, isn't it? Now for this bracketed term, we have to find out a third term. Again using same formula, third term is equal to half into coefficient of x bracket square. So half coefficient of x plus 2 by 5 bracket square, that is 1 into 2 get cancelled, 1 by 5 bracket square, that is 1 by 25. So inside this bracket, adding and subtracting 1 by 25. Okay, and this 1 by 25 is already there, isn't it? Therefore 1 by 25 integration of 3 by 25 minus this plus term is added, adjusted in this bracket to make a or to find a perfect or complete square, and this C, already there is a negative sign outside this bracket. Okay, therefore we are going to use this minus 25 here, because due to this negative sign minus becomes plus, and if we multiply by minus sign, then minus plus become minus. You will think that how do we write here also plus 25 and here also plus 25? So think about this sign. Due to this negative sign, this becomes negative after multiplication, isn't it? So you you may think that here it is also positive and here it is also positive. How this is so? This is not like that due to this negative sign. Okay. Now it is a perfect square of square root of x square x, sign of middle term positive, square root of last term 1 by 5, and this 3 by 25 is adjusted with 1 by 25. 3 plus 1 4, common denominator 25, its square root form 2 by 5 bracket square. Now this integral is in the standard form, and which standard form? A square minus x square, isn't it? So here 1 by 25 is carried further. Integration of 1 by a square minus x square dx is equal to 1 by twice a log of a plus x by a minus x plus c, isn't it? Remember that in this some special type of integrals, a square minus x square and x square minus a square have the result of the type twice 1 by twice a log of either a minus x, a plus x, or a plus x, a minus x, isn't it? But the integral 1 by a square plus x square have different result, that is 1 by a tan inverse of x by a. I am not confusing you. I am not confusing you. Listen it very carefully. I am only teaching you. I am only showing you. Try to distinguish the results and functions. Okay? Then and then you can apply it at the proper places. So here 1 by twice a means 1 by here 25 as it is, and 2a 2 by 5 log of 2 by 5 plus a. X is what? X plus 1 by 5 upon 2 by 5 minus x plus 1 by 5. Now multiply by this 5 to this x, that is first similarize the denominator. For that purpose here 2 plus 5x plus 1. Now 2 plus 1 3. and this 5x upon common denominator 5. 5 get here cancelled. And again 2 minus 5x minus 1 minus 1 here 2 minus 5x minus 1, then 2 minus 1 1 minus 5x, and 5 get cancelled, hence we have the result here 5 5s are 20, and here 1 by 5 into log of 3 plus 5x upon 1 minus 5x. Okay, 5 5s are 5, and here 2 into 2 4, 2 into 2 4, and 4 into 5 20. So I is equal to 1 by 20 log of 3 plus 5x upon 1 minus 5x. This is our required answer. Come to the next type of integration, that is integration of the type 1 upon, it is too easy, a sin square x plus b cos square x plus c dx. Okay. Now to evaluate such type of integrals, we have to take very simple steps. First, divide the given integral to the numerator and denominator either by cos square x or sin square x. If you divide by sin square x, okay, then here obviously we have cot square x. And if we divide by cos square x, then you will have tan square x. Therefore, in denominator replace sec square x by 1 plus tan square x or cosec square x by 1 plus cot square x. If exist, then put tan x is equal to t, or if you have make already another substitution, then put cot x is equal to t, so that integral reduces to the form, our before form, that is integration of 1 by at square plus bt plus c into dt, isn't it? And then using the standard results, you will have the required answer. So students, remember that whatever the results we are learning or we are seeing from our first lecture, one by one, remember that all these results we are going to use again and again. So don't miss any result whatever we have learned in previous lectures. These results are very useful and we are using it again and again so many times. Okay, so don't think that that you have learned this type of integral and it get over and it get finished. Okay, this is not like that. So remember this one and prepare. For example, to understand the above result, what is that? Integration of 1 by 3 plus 2 sin square x plus 5 cos square x dx. So this is of that standard form. So here divide the numerator and denominator by cos square x in this way. Then we have sec square x, 3 sec square x plus 2 tan square x plus 5 dx. Okay. Now here sec square x obtained in the denominator, replace it by 1 plus tan square x. As I have already told you, it is given there. If any sec square x occurs in the denominator, then replace it by 1 plus tan square x. Isn't it? Not in the numerator, only in denominator. Because we have uniform terms. That is, all the terms in the denominator should be in tan form. That's why we are doing in this way. We do not want any sec square x there. So sec square x by 5 tan square x plus 8 dx. Now 1 by 5 is taken outside again by using the which concept? That is, this term should be free from any scalar. Isn't it? So taking this 5 outside means divide throughout by 5. So 5 by 5 get cancelled, tan square x and plus 8 by 5. Now make a substitution. As I have explained you in procedure, make a substitution. Put tan x is equal to t. Now differentiate it. Derivative of tan x is sec square x into dx and is equal to 1 dt. 1 by 5 is already there. After substitution, sec square x dx is equal to dt and tan square is t square and 8 by 5 as it is. Again it is a term in the form. Which form? Can you tell me? A square plus x square or x square plus a square. Due to plus sign we can say in both the ways. X square plus a square. But what about a square? It is not a perfect square. Then how we can write it? Root 8 by root 5 bracket square. Isn't it? This is of the standard integral. One of the standard integral. 1 by x square plus a square is equal to 1 by a tan inverse of x by a plus c. This is only one integral in this format which have a result in terms of this inverse function. Okay, and there is one more result in square root form which have a result in terms of inverse function, that is sine inverse of x. Now here I is equal to 1 by 5, 1 by a, that is 1 by root 8 by root 5 tan inverse of t by a means root 8 by root 5 plus c, isn't it? Therefore here this 5 can be written as root 5 into root 5. So 1 root 5 get cancelled. Root 8 can be written as 2 root 2. Okay, because it has factors 2 into 4. 4 is a perfect square. Its square root is 2. So we get in by according to the laws of surds. Remember that you have learned in 9th standard. If the nth root is same, then we can take the multiplication of the terms. Therefore taking the multiplication of these square root terms, 5 into 2 10, square root of 10 2, these two into tan inverse of, taking this inverse, it is invertible, root 5 t 2 root t, but by back substitution what is t? T is equal to tan x, isn't it? And this is our required answer. So I hope that you like it and you understand it. It is too easy. Divide out by, here you have divided it by what? You have divided it by cos square x. Then arrange the terms in denominator in tan square form. Then make a substitution that put t is equal to tan x. Okay, and by making substitution you get one standard form of integral. Then by using the result you will have